Marco Terminesi, thanks for coming in.
No problem.
So Marco Terminesi, the best smile in real estate right here, RE/MAX Jupiter. I just want to thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm just super excited just to talk real estate. I always love getting together with you and just rapping real estate and talking about the market and what you're seeing. And first up, before we get into it, tell me a little bit about your story. How'd you get into real estate? A little of your background.
That's a great story. I was born and raised Toronto, Canada, coming down here, and I came down here when I was about 18. I got a scholarship, University of Louisville, played 4.5 years of professional soccer after that. Met my beautiful wife. She's from Palm Beach Gardens, literally a mile from where we were sitting right here today. And we got married here right here in Ballin Isles, and then I moved to Jupiter, Florida. And so when I moved to Jupiter, I started soccer coaching, and one of the fathers says, "You know what? You're working at night. Why don't you come?" I've always loved real estate, and then he says, "Why don't you come and work for me and help me learn home inspection business?" I did 1 year of learning the home inspection business, and that's when my passion for real estate went crazy, and which is a big addition to my book right now, is knowing inspections as well as I do. So that's when I turned in 2013, I believe, to real estate, about 10 years now. And it's been awesome. I love it. I wake up every day and I never say, I got to get to work. Yep. You know, I have things to do. I enjoy it. It's not work to me. This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, was the most beautiful weekend around. I probably worked about 10 hours each day on Saturday, Sunday. Not that I'm forced to. I enjoy it. I have good clients. So it's a passion to me, and I enjoy it. And my expressions and, like you said, my smile, it's from the heart. It's not because I got to work.
I like what you say about smiling. It takes a lot more effort to smile than it does to not smile, right? I
read that and I said, you know what? That was one of my posts, and I preach that. I'm always smiling. I say I don't wake up every day like without stress. I have stress. I have life, kids, work, and I got all these things I want to get done. Yeah. But no matter what, I would leave the house with stress. I always have a smile on my face. When I come home, I have a smile on my face for my family, my friends, and that's just how I believe that we should live our life, and it keeps me happy.
100%. When you have that passion, and it's been awesome to see your career has just taken off. Last year, you had a record year, just absolutely killed it. What do you think makes you so successful? I mean, outside of the passion, as far as the technical side of being an agent, what do you think makes you so successful?
That's a really good question. And somebody asked me that question a month ago, and I really gave it some thought. And I found out that the true answer is, it's not my real estate skills or what I know legally in real estate or my negotiation skills. I don't think that's any part of it. My big part to my success, I believe, is I end the day, I end the week, I end the year, I always do things the right way. No matter what, if I feel that this is the right way or I need to give this back to this person, I always do the right way. And I think that's the most important skill that I've had and I've learned, is I just do things the right way. And if you do that, those people, those clients, those friends, they will love you, they will refer you, and your business will go to the end. And that's my biggest thing, is I simply just do things the right way.
Yep. I can attest to that, because I know there's been some deals that I worked with you on that we were dealing with a listing agent. We're in tough situations, and the listing agent knew you or has worked with you previously and enjoyed working with you and knew your reputation, and so they accepted your deal over other deals. So it goes a long way. I think a lot of agents lose sight of that when they get a little too emotional, or they're negotiating deals and maybe not being polite or not doing things a certain way. But, it goes a long way for sure.
That happens all the time, Ryan. It's so good. And one of the biggest things I preach is, no matter what, I mean, you can walk out to the other real estate agents anywhere in town. I mean, a lot of agents around here do the fair 10% of the deals. So you see similar faces all the time. Yep. And I do not like to have any bad blood between anybody. So through all the years, I made sure that I've always had good relationships with them. They were never my competitors or my friends and my colleagues. So it's important. And if if you do the right thing, there is no enemy in any part of anybody's business.
Yep. So what about this real estate market?
I love it.
So we were just chatting before we sat down here. We were talking about a listing that you had on Sunday. It's like first day on the market, Jupiter Country Club, like 2.7 million.
Yep.
How many showings did you have?
Yeah, so 2.775 million. I loaded it up on Friday. I started getting texts, calls, direct buyers, realtors. So I talked to the seller. We said, let's open up the house to Sunday open house from 12 to 2, which was yesterday. We had 19 people enter the house, not for a small ticketed item. We're talking about 2.775 million. 19 people, about 12, 13 realtors with their clients, about 5 direct buyers: New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Canada. Came in, and then a couple, 2 or 3, some neighbors that were well-qualified buyers looking to purchase. So it was hot. The market is really hot right now. And people say, you know, oh, it's easy for a realtor because it's so hot. It's actually less transactions and tougher negotiations, tougher battles to win. You know, it's tough when you have your buyer lose, and it kind of hurts your heart a little bit. So it's tougher. As much as many people think it's the easy time, it's not. I mean, it's less transactions and tougher to win. So, which I like. I enjoy that competitiveness.
So a lot of people always ask, like, so who are these people? Are they people moving down here? Are they locals moving to new areas, upgrading homes? What are you seeing? That's
a great question. COVID really changed that algorithm. And we're seeing now that people have the ability to work from home. Whether it's an elite job, a mediocre job, they have that ability to work from home. Yep. And with that hand being, you know, up their sleeve, they're thinking, I see the snowstorm hitting and it's got 2 feet of snow coming my way. And you know what? Your dad has a place in Florida. Why don't we move to Florida? Your uncle has a place in Florida. We went there on vacation before. Imagine, like, I can work from home and we can live 10 minutes from the beach, 5 minutes from the beach. And that is changing, bringing all the buyers down here. And with that being said, there's a lot of those places up there, they're selling for a good dollar up there in New York, Connecticut. They're selling for a good dollar. And down here, they feel that we're relatively inexpensive, our properties. As much as we think they're going up, it's not that everybody else in the world or country thinks that we're really that high of properties. So that's what's driving it down, which is then why we have such low inventory.
So where do you see it going from here? Where's the crystal ball?
That's a good question. I always say, like, I get that question probably like 500 times a week. And I said, you know, Wall Street doesn't know. I don't know. You don't know. But I have an opinion. I see with this constant move down here, we will continue to grow. As many people as think we're going to slow down and stop, it's hard to slow down or stop when you don't have inventory and you have the demand. You have the demand, you don't have the supply, you will continue to increase. I do not know how much, but I still think we will have a slow increase that goes on, and it will not be a drop. It'll be a steady, you know, leveling pace. That's my opinion, yeah.
I've read a lot of people are saying, you know, about an 8% increase this year is what they're expecting, but yeah, who knows, right? I mean,
no, that sounds very realistic to me, though. I think that too, 8 to 10% increase, because like I said, that when you have the demand, people coming down, and my last 70% deals were cash, so those are people coming down here who are not heavily financed, and when you have that money coming down here with low inventory, you know, it's hard to say the prices are going to drop.
Yep. Now, you're a Jupiter guy.
Love Jupiter.
Why Jupiter?
So it's funny is when I got married and I was staying in Gardens, I was wondering where I was going to study real estate in 2013 and where I was going to be. So I studied all the demographics, all the cities, from Fort Lauderdale, Pompano, Coconut Creek, Plantation, West Palm, all the way up to Cuesta. And I just landed on Jupiter. I remember a couple of the tidbits of information where, you know, it's the closest that the Florida Turnpike and I-95 ever connect. So it's a good spot where you can hit access at main highways either direction. It's a small town. They got one of the best boating spots to go, restaurants, bars, a nice inlet to go out and fish right there. 4 miles off, you get big game fish, which is a big asset. One of the best golf courses. I'm a golfer, and a lot of people around America, now golf is a thriving sport. We have one of the best golf courses, private, public. And when you have all of those ingredients together in a small town, it's recipe for success and increasing prices. And that's what I believed in Jupiter. And I fell in love with it. And I bought a brand new home there, and right across from the soccer field, coincidentally. And I've been there for 9 years, and we absolutely love it. And people, the world is starting to see it now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And as a family man, what are some of the great things about Jupiter you like it for your family?
That's a good question. I mean, so we have little par 3 course, Jupiter Dunes, right on the beach.
Yeah, great little.
A great little thing. You could take your kid around, play a little bit of golf with them, go right over there to the Du Bois Park, play in the sand, the water, like walk steps away. Take a step in the other way. There's a brand new miniature golf course that has a playground and food dining for your kids. I mean, I'm talking about within a 100-yard radius. You have like 3 elite things. And then restaurants, food. I'm a boating family, so I do love, my kids love the water. My wife grew up on the water, so we love the boating life. So, I mean, all of those things, plus the parks and the sports, you literally have the full service here. And that's what I preach to the families coming down here. You don't have to leave Jupiter. Once you're in here, you have all the sports and all the events and the malls, so it's nice.
Can't beat it.
I love Jupiter.
It's a beautiful place for sure. So you're also a Canadian guy.
I'm a Canadian, yeah.
So if you're a Canadian and you're freezing your tail off right now, under 3 foot of snow, why would you want to move to Florida?
You know what, I say this, Canadians love their home country of Canada, but now they've started to realize through vacationing here, wow, I could really live in Florida.
Yeah, maybe at least a few months a year, right?
They do, and they love it. They love the sand. They love the sun. Like I said, a lot in Canada, golf became a really big thing. So back, I'd say 20 years ago, the #1 reason was coming down to Florida was the beach and the sun, which still is a big one, but golf took a lot. People loved it, came down. I think it was just in the Palm Beach Post came an article saying that golf memberships with homes has completely declined. So it's a huge asset to have right now, which I have in Jupiter Country Club. People want to come down here for golf. It's been overlooked for many decades, but now it's a big access, big increase to our real estate, and it's having golf with property.
Is there a restriction on the time frame as a Canadian coming to the U.S.?
Yeah, I think it's 6 months. You have to be under 6 months here for a visitor. So we get that a lot. We'll have Canadians buy down here for and spend 5 months down here, and maybe even rent the other 5 months out. That's very common that we do. So they actually have a little bit of cash flow and kind of mitigate some of their expenses, and that's what we do sometimes.
Is there anything like legally wise or anything else that somebody would have to be aware of from Canada to purchase in the United States?
Not purchase, but selling. You have this FIRPTA law. It's a sales tax when you leave. Well, the way the state of Florida runs it is when you sell here as a foreigner, they want to make sure that you're not investors coming in here with $1 billion and buying all of our real estate up and renting it out. It would turn our economy into more of a tenant state of Florida. So they make sure that you get about 20%. I think it went to 21% tax now. And there's some exceptions. If it's a primary resident, you can get lifted a percentage, or if it's under 300,000. So there is some taxes when you sell in certain situations with exceptions. So that's one thing that I'm going to post on my next YouTube channel about the FIRPTA law and the taxes for Canadians or any foreigners selling here in the state of Florida.
Nice. Yeah, I'm sure that'd be really good, really good content. Do you see most Canadians purchasing condos or single families?
That's a great one, and I just did my YouTube channel on that'll be posted tomorrow, home versus condo, and that's a good one. And you'll see through my YouTube how I dissect that. But for Canadians, mostly we'll see condos, and I believe the sole reason is they want easy living. Yeah. They got a busy life out there. They got kids. They got grandkids. When they come down here, they're terrified by the word hurricane. So when they want to buy a place and when they leave, lock the door and know it's all taken care of. The condo takes care of your exterior insurance. Yep. And they can lock the door and not worry about like their pool leaking or, getting white fly over their hedges, or their lawn getting up by any diseases. They kind of don't prefer to deal with that stuff and prefer the condo way. But then again, I have many Canadians that own homes as well.
Nice. Yeah. And actually what we'll do is we'll put a link below and we'll link that to your YouTube channel.
Awesome. So that'd be great.
If you want to check out those videos, check it out. They're very good.
I like it.
Maybe one of the last questions, what kind of advice would you give to a new real estate agent just starting out?
Hustle. Hustle hard. It's like I said, I think the success lies to me in, do you love it? Is it work to you? If you're doing it to say, I want to make a commission, I personally don't think it's right for you. I work on my deals and I really never calculate what commission I'm going to get. Or sometimes I wait till a couple of checks come in before going to the bank. I don't care. It's hard. It's kind of cliche, but I just work because I enjoy it. It's fun. I love seeing the success of me building a client that's a friend, and then they give me another client. Yep. That's just a success to me, and I like that. It's like they like you so much, they're giving your friend to you, and that's what I like. So a young realtor, do it because you like it. The money will come, I promise you. If you hustle hard and do the right thing, remember I say that, do the right thing and hustle, it will come to you in tenfold. You don't have to worry about a paycheck.
That's right. I think that's really solid advice.
Thanks.
And I always add to that, just don't give up.
I love that.
You got to stay in it.
Yep.
You know, this is not a get rich quick scheme. It's like getting into the mortgage business. Like, you're not going to get into it and 3 months later make $100,000. It's just not going to happen.
I agree with you.
You know, you got to it has to be the long game. You got to prepare for the long game.
And I think a little bit of that, my background in athletics has helped me with that. Yeah. You know, listen, I have had some tough nights starting this. I started this in 2013 when the market was, there was no buyers. You know, people were all trying to sell. It was the opposite. You couldn't find a buyer. There was no transactions, you know. So you have to really hard, and I think a big part of my athletics helps me with that. But you're right, you have to fight. Yeah. There's good days and bad days. You know, you got to, like I said, walk away with that smile and fight again.
Yep.
You know.
100%. Well, hey, listen, I appreciate you coming today.
You're the man, Ryan.
I always love just rapping with you a little bit.
Yeah.
And I love your business and how much passion you have for it, and your reputation and everything, and all the deals that we've had. That's just been perfect. So
I say the same thing for you, man. I really do. I appreciate everything you do. You're great at what you do.
Absolutely. So I will post those links below.
Okay.
If anybody wants to check it out, check out Marco's YouTube page. Hit him up if you have any questions. And thanks for coming in.
Appreciate it, Ryan. Thank you, buddy.